Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I hope that all of you are okay. And if you are not okay, so maybe you have done something. So, the law of resonance. I feel myself like waiting for all of you to see it, like if we are in the classroom, but I have no idea what you are doing. So it's good to know that you are here listening, because it's impossible. It's impossible if I have to check if all of you are already here, because of course it's like we are too many, and I thanks that, because otherwise it would be weird to speak alone here every day. My Leo part, which is my son, Leo, is very thankful that we are too many, because of course that for sure my ego would say, if we are only three, it would say, oh, I don't know what to do, what to talk. And but my rising Capricorn is constantly saying, there are too many people, I don't know what to say, I hope I don't see the faces. So it's good that I don't see your faces. So yesterday, in the alignment, around me there was like this powerful, serious guy, that he was like supervising the thing, and it was very centered and aligned, and it was like very serious person. So I was in the middle of its energy when I was speaking, so I got very also serious. So that's why maybe yesterday was weird. So because of him, as I said in Spanish, if you get inside the water, you get wet. So I kind of got its energy, but I have no idea who he was. So let's go to the topic for today, which when I was speaking Spanish, I just forgot what it was. So that's the level for today. Projects. Let's go first to understand the etymology of the word project. Project comes from the Latin concepts of pro, that means to move ahead, move forward. Pro, then yakere, that means to throw something away, and the word us, that is the attribute, is a suffix that represents the attribute, the adjective. So projectus means that thing that is thrown ahead. So this way, through the etymology, is how we can understand the concept of what is a project. A project is not something you are having right now, it's something that you are thinking of accomplishing in the future, ahead. So the idea of a project means something that is born in my concept, in my mind, my ideas, and that I am willing to manifest in a physical form in a short or a long period of time. So throughout our lives, we all are living projecting projects. We are all doing projects. Some of them are our own projects, but mostly we are living the projects of others. So of course that for our lives we have different kind of projects. We have tiny projects, like for example cooking something. For some people, to cook something to eat is a project, so that's a good project because you have an idea of what it's going to be, so you can enjoy that. And of course there's other kinds of projects, like for example saving the rainforest of the Amazonian. So imagine that in that project you need many people, organizations, and you are working with governments or companies that are going against them, or I don't know, saving animals and plants and many people and so on. So that's a really big project, okay? But there are projects anyway. To cook something or to save the Amazon is the same, talking about concepts of projects. And in between, we have many different kind of projects. For example, what we are doing here, the project is I am. My project, I projected this, the project I am, and you are joining this project at least 1 hour and a half every day. A project can be something from only one person, when you yourself project something ahead to do something. But most of the people, usually, they don't project from themselves, but they add themselves to the projection of other people, to the projects of other people. For example, when we live in one place, any place, a country, we are following a project which is a national project. Like, we are following the project of the government, we are following the project of the nation. So the projects are related to the process of going towards a purpose, because purpose comes from the word proposite, which is that thing that is put already there. So I am heading to, and the way I go to is a project. Whenever we feel that we have a project, a purpose in our life, we all need to have a project to get into that goal, that purpose. So the word project is very useful today, used today, because in our world today we are ruled by the concept of the capitalism. And in capitalism, the capitalism is always looking for success. So it is always trying to move forward and to reach the success of the next level. That is why we ourselves are constantly trying to eject ourselves into the next level. So the word project means to keep going, to move forward. That is why everyone today will face this concept of what is your project of life, your life project. What is what are your projects? What are you working on? Because everything is about to move. And that's why it also went into the spirituality. When we are willing to get enlightened, we are like kind of running to see who gets faster, who gets the success to reach the enlightenment first. And that's also a project that we are taking in see how how we are going to make it. So this is why we are constantly speaking about projects. But from where a project is coming from? So this concept, which is a known project, is a known, comes from the concept of projectio, that means for us projection, which is the origin of the word, the action of throwing something ahead. So a project is originated by a projection. From where a projection comes from? Well, the projection comes from the perception. What perception means? Perception is the ability to conceive the world around and the distances of this world. Perception. The perception, the ability to perceive, to conceive the things outside, creates by experiences what we call preconception. Preconception. So what is a preconception? Is something that by experience I achieved by the perception. Okay? So everything that my mind perceives from the outside turns within me, in my own mind, as a preconcept, a preconception. From these preconcepts that I already took, these preconcepts, now I am going to perceive a new space. So what this means? That my inner world will be conditioned by all the experience of my preconceptions. So my inner world will be conditioned by the preconceptions that I had experienced in my time. When my brain perceives something outside that is positioned ahead, that we call purpose, so my mind, my inner mind, will try to reach preconcepts of how to get there. My inner world, in order to reach the purpose ahead, will try to throw myself from the place where I find myself to reach the purpose. And the way I throw myself is by the word project, projection, project. So now I have here a horrible person. So here I have a purpose. Purpose. This person has many experiences behind. Like in English, kept is from concept. kept, keep, is the same word, which is something that you keep. But this is something from before that I took, that I kept for me before. And here I have an eye. It's looking forward to the purpose. And that's what we call perception. Perception, yes, is future. Per is future. So this means for. And what? Exactly the same. Kept. To take for you. Okay? To take for you. The perception is the one that looks forward to something to keep, which is in front, proposite, purpose, something that is put ahead. But the way in which it arrives here is by understanding that this that is here is similar to all the boxes that I saw before. That's the pre-concept. Can you get this? So in the same way as this one went to this point, and this one moved ahead to this other point, and so on, repeating once and again the same thing, this person here in the present, we have to do the same, jumping ahead in a new preconception, a perception, in a new perception to arrive to the purpose. Project. Or project, which is to throw myself ahead. So this purpose here will be observed by my own perception. And my perception will be conditioned by all my preconceived things experienced. So this means that when I have to walk ahead towards my purpose, it doesn't mean that my projects will be something outside of me. This means that my projects will be myself moving forward. And myself is all these preconceived ideas. So my projects will be all conditioned by my preconcepts, my preconceptions. Let's go to a simple way of seeing things. Usually, what we believe is that the future is ahead because we can see ahead and move forward. And the past is behind because I come from there. Have you ever thought why the future is ahead and why we say we are moving forward, we are going ahead, the future is ahead in the horizon? This is just because of biology. It's not true. The future is anywhere, is a concept. So the future cannot be ahead. The future is just conceived ahead because we have the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the feet, the hands, everything heading ahead. And that's why we position the future ahead, because we are going to the horizon ahead. But there's no future ahead. It's just our idea. And because we are moving forward in order to go to the horizon, leaving the place where we have been, so we perceive that the past is behind. So in our point of view, we have the past pushing us and we go to the future. But in the ancient point of view, I don't know if you had the opportunity to see about ancient cultures, but usually they believe that the past is ahead, coming to me, and the future is behind, pushing me. So from the point of view of the ancient ones, the past is in front because I saw the past. My eyes saw everything that happened. So I can also sit with my ancestors, with my grandmother, my grandfather, and so on, and speak to them about the past. I can touch the past. I can speak with the past to their eyes. So that's why the past is in front, because it can come towards me to be discovered by my eyes. For the ancient cultures, the future is behind because you cannot see it. You have no idea how it is going to be. So you don't see it coming. The future, you don't see it coming. It's coming, but you only have one thing about the future, that it will push you forward for sure. And where is the future pushing you? To the past. Have you noticed that everything that you do, everything that we are doing is basically to try to understand who we are, not who will be, who are we going to be? We are constantly healing the past, trying to find out who are we. Is another concept, another way to see it is just another way, but I guess it's better than this one. So let's do exactly the same as we did in the other drawing that I did before. We have here the preconcepts, and here we have the projects. I will erase this. My preconcepts are always talking about my future, never about my past. To my preconcepts, my preconceptions doesn't matter what happened before. Everything that they take care of is about what is going to happen. Expectations. Preconcepts generate expectations. So what expectation means? X means to go outside, to wait, sperare, to wait, which is hope. Expectations are preconcepts that are constantly telling to me, I hope this is going to be like this. I hope this happened. Always talking about the future. So in front, now ahead, I have the past, which is the projects that I have. And the projects will bring me a correspondence. What is a correspondence? It's an answer, a response that is shared. Co is with, shared with someone. And respondence means response, so an answer. So I make a question and I will have an answer. The law of correspondence. So what all of this here in this side of the board means, that my projects and my purpose are talking about my past, not about my future. because the projections and the purposes are seen by my perception, and my perception is through the preconcepts of the past. So when I question myself about my purposes and my projections and my projects in life, they are the ones that will tell me about my past, about who I was, about what are my preconceptions. All already in our little minds. So when you are going to see your project in front of you, if you pay attention to this, you will see the past. You will see what you have done. What are you projecting from the past? For example, this project, the I am, and reconnecting the network of the planet, this is 12,000 years ago. I am projecting ahead in the future something that is from 12,000 years ago. It's not something for the future. It's something that I project from the past. So why are we doing this? Because our mind says you hadn't been able to solve the past. So that's why my projects in front of me ahead are all the things that I couldn't accomplish in the past, that my mind says, hey, this is what you have to solve now. So as fast you run ahead towards the future, the closest you get to the past. When do you think you will be connected with the future? There's only one way to connect with the future. There's only one thing that you can do if the future is behind and you cannot see it. The only thing that you can do is to close your eyes and trust. So it's in the moment when I close my eyes and meditate, living away the expectations of my projects, when I close my eyes and I trust when the future comes and helps me to hold it. So to the future, you will never arrive to the future by making strength ahead. You get to the future by relaxing and trusting. So now the task is to try to look into your projects and watch carefully to them so you can see your past and ask yourself, what is what I am projecting to the world from myself? I am sincere with what I project. Let's go to the alignment. Ba. The statement for today is, I am the home of consciousness. The code for today is pulse. Connected within the rhythm law, the cosmic breathing generates echoes that are perceived as pulses or heart beatings. These pulses are fractalized into thousands, millions, like an infinite gear of universal clocks. Everything in the universe pulses, like the tides of the sea or the beatings of the heart. And that pulse is what keeps together all the times and spaces in harmony, like the like the bass of a song. Sorry, like the bass line of a song that, without noticing, orders the notes, melodies, and rhythms in our brain. But just before we start, it's been a lot of codes or information, and maybe this has been like a breaking for some minds. So don't try to accept or understand that now, okay? Don't think about it. Just, if you don't get it, if you can't understand it, don't push your mind to try to do it. Just let it go, flow, and whenever it is the moment, you will get it or you will see another perception. Okay? So don't worry. We're not going to erase the video, so you can see it whenever you want. So we sit comfortable and we close our eyes. Focus in the breathing. With deep breathings, I move my body until I find the right position. Take a deep breath, being aware of the environment I find myself in. With my imagination, I start to design the surrounding as a very dark night, darker and darker, until I can see the stars above me. As I see the stars, I can't perceive that I am seated, on the ground, in the middle of nature, in front of a sacred fire. I can see the light of this fire and the heat in my face, my chest, and my hands. As I can perceive the movement of the flames like a snake. With different tones of the color orange, yellow, and red. I become aware that I am not alone, that there are much more people, others around the fire, like we did in the ancient times, like our ancestors did. In this holy circle. I can now see the faces of the people around, recognizing that I am here in this circle to ask for advice in the projects of my life. I came to ask advice to the elders on how to move forward to create my projects. And also, I find around the fire all these people that I have been involved with in projects. And all these people that I will be involved in many others. And watching the faces of all these people, expecting for the help of the elders, I ask myself into the fire, what are my projects? What am I projecting in my life? Am I sincere in what I project? Nahita Kinesa Nainda Saudirash With my vibration, I start to bring the answers from this fire towards my heart.
While observing directly to the fire without any judgment, I let all these conscious ideas to come through me through the light of my own consciousness. I recognize that every projection that I see in the fire, every project that I watch ahead, is just an extension of myself, of my past, of everything that I have been. So I recognize I am my project. And I recognize that this circle is my home. This is the place where I can come to look for advice, where my elders and others are here to show me with clarity my consciousness. I am the home of consciousness. I am the home of consciousness. I am the home of consciousness. I extend my hands to the fire, and I take with my hands all this clarity and consciousness, bring it physically towards my heart as I take a deep breath. The consciousness of my projects lives now within my soul, within my being. I am my project, and I use it. Feeling this heat in your heart, each one at your own time, come back here and now. Thank you everybody for being there, and as always, see you tomorrow at the same time.